All right, there we go. We're good. I was definitely muted. What's up, guys? Long time no see. Well, I say a couple days since the last call. Nah, it's been probably more than a week. It's been probably more than a week. Yeah, I had a really busy schedule this week, guys. Seriously. Tried to get on the call yesterday. You're talking about on NAS? Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Market's about to open in like 3 minutes, so I'm gonna just be locked in on indices for a little bit before I go ahead and we can talk about Forex. But for now, I'm gonna be locked in on indices, honestly. Just for a little bit, a lot of bit. But as far as today, as we started today, we already rated Asian highs over here. We rated Asian highs. Let me see where we're at. Rated Asian highs, we got the change of character. We're leaving some imbalances. We left a lot of imbalances, honestly. We left this 1 hour imbalance right here. Put that there. 1 hour imbalance here. And then it's also a 30-minute inside of it, but I'll just leave the 1 hour just so it's better. It's a lot bigger. Another 1 hour imbalance right here that we're already mitigating. It's pretty good to see. I don't know if it's 30-minute inside of there. It's a small 30-minute, but larger time frame, it's a 1 hour. So we're gonna stick with the 1 hour here. Boom. 1 hour again. All right, bias for today. This is how we build the bias, bro. We're building the bias right now. This was yesterday's open. Well, actually, no. I think I deleted it. Yesterday's open was right. I have to get that open. Hold on, bro. I think I deleted it. All right. Yesterday's open right there. That's yesterday's low. We're going to have today's open in about 2 minutes. As far as I can see right now, so far the bias is to take this lower. We have 1 hour here, 1 hour there. These two areas, I have to see these areas get invalidated before I look for buys, or just, you know, that impulse. Overall, the market is bullish. I will say that, but for today, I could still see us come a little bit lower. We did take out all of these highs right here. I don't trade FOMC, bro. Right here, boom. Let me see if I can get this. Oh yeah, this is a nice area. That's gonna be my main point that I'm watching today, honestly, is this area right here. So if I can catch a sell at one of these areas, maybe this 1 hour or that 1 hour, if we get those rejections, I will take those sells to the downside, targeting this 30-minute. And then we also have another 30-minute gap right here. And once we do get down to this point, let's say if I don't get an entry, up here to take this lower, I am not going to be trying to sell down here unless we just invalidate both of these gaps. Then I'll continue selling this lower. But there goes the open. Boom. That's what I'll be looking for as far as that. ES looks the same way. I'd still have to mark it, what's it call it, because of yesterday's trade. Let me take these out real quick. I still have to market this real quick. And I want to do US 30 because I like US 30 really fast. Took out the highs. Boom. Swept these lows. Took out the highs. Swept these lows. That was yesterday's open. ES looks the same too, though, by the way. And we're already inside this gap here. We're gonna have to lock in here really fast. One hour there. What else do we have? We have a 1 hour. We're on ES. We have a nice 30-minute here. I'll use the 30-minute. Yeah, we'll use the 30-minute here. $30-minute there. We already swept Asian highs. And we're tapping to a 1 hour. Look at that. Look at that rejection. Looks pretty nice so far. Oh, that was fast. Are we tapping into anything? Are we mitigating anything? Or are we just bearish? What are we doing today? It's yesterday's low. All right, let's get this open ready here. We're only 2 minutes in. We're only 2 minutes in, guys. Two minutes in, we're moving very, very nicely to the downside. My gosh. After that tap right there. Oof. That's 1, 2, 3 candles to the downside. I want to know that that is the open of today. Where's my line at? Am I tripping? Not taking anything yet. I need to see some 5-minute gaps start to form before I establish a trend. We're only 3 minutes into the open. So just looking at this on a higher time frame, and look, we already came down here. So honestly, unless we just get this inversion here off of this bigger area and we invalidate this area, I'm not going to be looking for longs. I mean, I'm not going to be looking for shorts. I'll look for longs here right now, as we are kind of just rejecting off this area here. Once we get those 5-minute. Oh, okay. I just got an order from Trade Locker. I'm like, what? I didn't get into a trade. I had to double check. Talking about some maintenance. But yeah, so as we're rejecting right here off of this 30-minute imbalance / fair value gap, you guys already see that we're bullish. But one thing, we did tap into a higher time frame area here, and we're getting close to just all-time highs. So you guys know the market is going to be difficult around here. We're at least going to have some type of resistance, since this area was a major area. A lot of people are taking profits here. A lot of people are just shorting right here, expecting another push down before we go higher. So just expect a lot of resistance from this area. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do reject, come back lower. We do have another gap down here that we could come and fill on the higher time frame here. Boom. We already filled this. So we do have this daily, and I have to change it because it has to get moved down here, right? Let's see, on ES have that same area. First 5-minute candle just closed. I'm gonna go look at that real quick. We'll see what happens. And you know what, US 30 is definitely pushing towards this area a lot quicker. But yeah, so simply put, for today, guys, all I'm gonna be looking for here is to see if we respect this area. If we respect this area, great, take it higher. If we don't, we'll take it lower. US 30 looking a lot more bearish than everything else, though. I will say that. And our daily gap is right here, so we might just come to that early on. I'm gonna open this right here and make sure that's correct for every single one of them. All right. And if that's the case, I have a large 5-minute here. Next 2-3 minutes, that's gonna open. We didn't sweep Asian highs today. That's definitely gonna be a lot of liquidity sitting above those highs. All right, here's our first, go to the 1 hour real quick. Yeah, here's our first gap right here that we're probably gonna get in the next 2 minutes. Right here, if we do get that and we get a rejection, we start pushing lower, we'll take our first sell. I'm only gonna do that with US 30 because US 30 is not really mitigating anything of importance, to be honest. This move right here, don't really care about it. It was probably some volatility after market. Maybe Trump said something. FOMC was yesterday too. at FOMC bidding minutes, but you can see the market is not even respecting this area itself. We're just kind of pushing into it. We're not even rejecting off of it or anything like that. So definitely not. And then look at this push to the downside on NQ. We're still going lower. We still have lower imbalances like down here to target. Market just opened too. We filled one gap so far on the 1 minute time frame. So today is definitely impulsive to the downside. And honestly, I might just take a short here. Once we get this closure, I want to see what happens here. Well, actually not, but it's definitely looking like that's what I want to do. I definitely don't want to take shorts on NQ or ES because we're mitigating this area here. So US 30 definitely looks like it might be the play today. In the next 40 something seconds, we'll potentially have this 5 minute gap that we'll be looking at. Make sure I get these ready just in case. Make sure I am on the right account. Your analysis says it would not go lower. Why not? What's so special about your analysis, bro? Market's pushing lower. Nice big gap here on QES as well. Like I said, I need to see this just inversion right here and just invalidate all these areas. If I don't see that, I'm not taking this lower. And then as well for US 30, what I want to see here is I want to see a rejection here. Right, I want to see a nice rejection towards the downside. Nice rejection towards the downside. And then once we invalidate that low, I'll start looking for more shorts to the downside, covering these highs right here. It's a sell day, you're selling at the opportunity. That's what I'm looking for too, bro. We started off the day just going lower. We have a nice daily gap here on US 30 that I can see the market coming into to target. So US 30 is what I'm looking for as far as shorts. And as you can see, going lower. NQ, we're leaving all of them balances and we're getting inversions as well. So pretty nice. Yes, we have a nice 30 minute here, have a nice 1 hour here. The reason why I'm not like selling ES or NQ today is because of these gaps here that we have on them. But I can still potentially see us going lower. I just need them to inverge. I just need an inversion. So once we just break out of these areas here, and I can start looking for more shorts, because we also have a daily gap underneath these lows as well. As you can see right here, right there. And we've also tapped into a daily gap up here. So it would be a respectable short to take this down. So I could definitely see that, especially on NQ. ES, not so much. The setup is not as clean, but NQ definitely looks a lot better. Nice rejection here on US 30. I still need us to go lower. I know a lot of people just take the entry off of the gap, but I just wait for that extra confirmation. I need to see us actually rejecting off the gap. or at least giving a push candle lower. And then once we break this low, I execute stop loss covering the gap, and that'll be the trade. Let me make sure I have these ready. Honestly, I see how much contracts that's even gonna be for today. Covering the open, it's gonna be around eight contracts, 8.9. I'll probably just do 9, honestly. And 1 to 2. Most likely we're gonna take out these lows right here. Let's see if we can go for these lows too. How much of that daily gap are we looking into here? Hopefully we're not looking too far into it. We are definitely looking far into that gap. Who cares? I'm gonna take it anyways. See how far the market takes us. We'll at least get a 1-to-1. All right. So it'll be about 9 contracts here. DGen AI. What are you selling and what are you looking at? How do I make this 9 contracts? Right there. Okay, that's fine. All right, yeah, we're gonna take shorts.
Order filled.
I'm gonna update this exactly where I got in a second. Gotta make sure I just set all these things real quick. And if we take the L, we will take the inversion. So Oh. Look at NQ, look at ES. I'm on US 30 lock-in. Your stop loss covers the high. Oh, this high right here. You might be right on that, bro. We do have two gaps here. Actually, I'm gonna go in with that on you, bro. I'll take that with you, bro. You might be right on that one. We do have two gaps right here. I'm already in the trade though, so I'll just leave it alone. But that'll be that's a respectable loss right there. If it does become a loss, we'll see. Yeah, we might take an L on this today. We'll see. But if that does happen, I would definitely take the longs once we break this high. Once we break these highs, we get that inversion, I would definitely take the longs. So 1 hour, we're still respecting. Yeah. Version, we'd have to take out New York Open. See a 5 minute here. I will take this higher if I see a 5 minute. I have a 5-minute inversion right here. Yeah, I think we're about to get stopped out on one of my accounts. Yeah, there it goes. All right, this market better go higher. I'm possibly gonna take ES too. You're about to hear it right in a second. You're about to hear the stop out in like 3, 2.
Order filled.
There you go. All right, so got stopped on the sell. We have an inversion here, so we're actually rejecting here off of this. Had nice liquidity and a gap down here. I'm surprised we didn't even come down here, honestly. Ready to take out New York Open. All right. So we're gonna take one more trade, and that'll be my last trade for today. Potential 5-minute here. Yes, and Q is not looking as good, but it's okay. Yes, it's definitely looking a lot better. If this ends up going lower, I will sell it again. So we came into this 5-minute gap right here. I definitely knew when you said that earlier. I wasn't even looking at this gap because I was looking at New York Open. I was looking at this as New York Open, so I wasn't even looking at that gap. But I definitely knew we should have definitely covered that gap right there. That's crazy. The trade, one of my accounts that I actually did cover the gap in, I'm still inside that trade. Which is crazy. Check out the 1 hour real quick. Yeah, I definitely should have covered both gaps, but it's all right. We'll see what happens. This market could really just not go anywhere today too. But today is a bearish day though, and I like this right here too. This might be my next trade here. Finally to take us down to this gap. And I'm still in on US 30 on one of my accounts. The other accounts that I got in early, well, the last trade that I took on my actual like live broker, that was the last trade that I took. I covered the highs, which I was supposed to on the other trades, but the first two that I already took, those got stopped out on those other trades. The market has to prove me wrong twice for me to stop trading. 2 L's and I'm done. 2 L's and I'm out of here. We already invalidated this. Let's get this out of here. One hour, we rejected. Let's get that out of there. US 30 not looking as clean as everyone else, but the shorts does look better here on US 30. Let's see. Indecisive day. Let's see. I'll look at you, Chef, in a second, bro. I have to see if I can get a second position. It's only 10. I got 2 more hours. And I'm still in a trade here. On my Henko account, I'm still in. All of my prop firm accounts got stopped out though. Unfortunate. And my futures account got stopped out. That's the one that you guys heard. Today's looking indecisive though. New York Open is right here. We're still near New York Open. Like I said, I'm not taking shorts on, I'm like hesitant on taking shorts on ES and NQ just because of where we're at. I mean, structure just looks bullish. So I am looking at the opportunity to really buy these two if they do give me that opportunity here in a second. I'm either looking for an inversion, which we do have right here. This will be the next inversion. So I would need us to actually, you know, invalidate this gap here, and then I'll take my buy, or I need to see a bullish gap. I need to see some impulse to the upside. Right now, we're not seeing that. So I'm not going to take the buy. Sales is definitely the favor here. Pre-market was just selling off. So that might continue on for the rest of the day. I am conscious of that. NAS does look a little bit better as far as like shorts. Like I said, we do have this daily gap down here, but still, we still have to respect structure. From yesterday, we had this huge move towards the upside. So, but we did tap into a daily gap up here. So, yeah. And then we invalidated our 1 hour here as well. Yeah, might definitely go for the shorts, man, on NQ. And if I go for that, that'll be the last trade. And the US 30. US 30 is my favorite out of all of them. But yeah. We're definitely not the cleanest here. We're still like right near New York Open. We actually came back into New York Open here. But I actually do want to see this go lower though. Since I'm still in here on this Henko account. I thought this one got stopped out too, but I'm still in here. And it's a live account, so it's my personal live account, so I'm happy about that. Apart from accounts, I can make them back. Yeah, so honestly, shorts on NQ might definitely be the move today. A 15-minute, we have a 15-minute gap right here. We're leaving a 15-minute gap too. That huge gap. Yes. Going lower and Q going lower. Huge gap. All right. Thank you for taking me out. US 30, I greatly appreciate it. So what we're gonna do here, I would double back into US 30 on one condition. Q definitely looks a lot better though. I'm not gonna chase the sell, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. If we just sell off, we just sell off. It is what it is. But I definitely can see us coming down for this daily. Yeah. Hopefully we get a retracement. If we get a retracement, I'll take a short, but if we don't, I'm not gonna chase it. It's a terrible entry. ES might be better, honestly. Take a nice ES short covering this whole gap over here. I'll be a way better sell than whatever that just gave us, especially off this 15-minute right here. Yeah, I'm gonna take the 15-minute off of ES, actually. I have to see if it's worth it though. Give me 1 second. Let me see if it's worth it. Nah, it might not be worth it no more. It's too late. Yeah, so we're just in our one position here so far on US 30. We got stopped out on the other two at this high, but like I said, one of my entries, the latest entry that I took, the stop loss was actually above right here, which is where my other stop losses was supposed to be, looking back at it in hindsight, but it is what it is. Good call to Genesis. I definitely overlooked this. I didn't even, honestly, I didn't even see this gap right here when I drew this. It's still early, so I could still get another entry here. I'm just being patient. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait here. I'm definitely not chasing this, honestly. Now that I know that we're definitely going for this daily gap, I find my way in here to cover that 15-minute. I would need us to come all the way back to the 15-minute though. You can get a retracement that hits that. That'd be a way better short. than the short down here, because this short right here is not going to be it. That'd just be stupid at that point. Or I might take a long at the daily gap too. So we'll see. Might get our entries. Hold on. Hold on. Damn, that's just, that is a fat 15. These impulses is crazy today. I love seeing the volatility, but sometimes the volatility really screws you when it comes to these entries, unless you're just in it. I'm not even gonna draw that out because that's not even worth it. We're definitely gonna take yes if that's the case, honestly. Because I don't see a 5 minute yet. Until this, well, we have like 4 minutes. When I see another 5 minute gap here, I'll probably just take yes once we form this gap, and I'll just cover this gap as my next sell. If not, and we come back and we tap back into this 15 minute right here, I'll just take the short right here off the 15 minute. And I'll cover this high, covering the 15 minute gap instead. But if we don't get neither, well, we're gonna get this 5 minute gap here. If the market wanna stall, but it doesn't wanna stall. And if not, I'm gonna just double back into US 30. US 30 is still here. So NQ and them just leave today. That's great. We'll just double back into US 30. But since I'm already down 1% on the day, I do not like to be aggressive, especially if I'm taking a second entry. First entry, doesn't matter. I can be aggressive all I want. Second entry, can't be that aggressive. Especially with the market already near my target, I'm gonna need a better trade than that. I don't even know any other targets that we could really come into. We have lows right here and we have a daily gap. That's literally the best target. That's an easy target. So definitely would love something to get us down there. US 30 is definitely the slow one today though, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. You can kind of see it. Volatility is not as there as much as NAS. Yes. Are you talking to me, Aiden? I don't know how to pronounce your name, bro. How much contracts are we talking? How much contracts are we talking? 4. We'll be at a 1-to-1. We'll at least go break even. But do I really expect the market to really come down here? Well, we're pulling back, so that's great. Actually, we have more liquidity down here, but this is a major movement. We've already moving a lot today. I don't really expect this to happen today, but this could be a great target for tomorrow. I have a lot of liquidity down here. But honestly, as for today, I definitely just see a straight sell-off until we reach this gap. Once we get to this gap, we sweep these lows, or probably just bounce back up and retrace and just cover this price action for the rest of the day. But yeah, nice retracement, about time. All right, let me see if this is even gonna be worth it here. Off the how much contracts are we talking for? Cover this gap. Ah, don't look. I know the risk to reward is crazy. Don't look. Don't look at it. It's still not worth it. It's a 1-to-1 still, and then it's still getting me down here. So I need a confirmation entry. So I can't take an aggressive entry on this. I'm gonna need a gap entry here if I do want to take this, which could be right here. Mitigate that one there. I'm still in US 30. See you guys talking about USEF. Let's go into USEF real quick. USEF is definitely a short. We're bearish, bro. Look for sales. Bearish structure, bearish order flow, bearish everything. We've tapped into a higher time frame gap over here. Started selling to the downside, right there. Bearish. All right. We've invalidated. We had a nice distribution on the higher time frame too. We have 1, 2, 3 right here. Came back into equilibrium. What else? We want more structure. We've invalidated demand right here. Literally after we created this sweep yesterday and pushed to the upside, we just invalidated that. That's further confirming that sellers want to take this market lower. Here goes your breaker structure to the bottom. Boom. Definitely look for shorts, man. Most likely targeting these lows right here. Yeah, look for your shorting opportunities. Bearish, bro. As far as areas you can look, you could possibly look into this candle right here. UCAT is also bearish too, right? We've already tapped into a supply zone. Possibly look for confirmation entries over here to kind of just trickle us down. It's a better one. Okay, EU. I don't even want to look at this. This is funny. GU. And then DXY just. This is why we're crashing today, because DXY doesn't know what the hell it wants to do. Hey, okay. 5-minute rejection. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. No, hold on. 2 contracts, what? What are you talking about? It's got to be at least 3 contracts. They're lying.
Order filled.
Hold on.
Order filled.
That's the wrong amount of contracts. I need to get Ninja Trader or Trade08 so I can just have it here. Yeah, it's about 2. Okay.
Order filled.
Okay. Okay, that's better. Way better. I was gonna say. I didn't know when I was making this account, I didn't know that you could just directly trade right here from well, I knew, but I didn't know which prop firms allowed it until I looked at it. Even if we don't get the full TP today, guys, I'm definitely gonna just take it out of 1-to-1 just to cover the losses we took today. So even if we don't if I see that we're rejecting off this daily right here, I'll just cover it at a 1-to-1 and call it a day. And we'll make up for the losses that we took. And it'll be a break-even day. It's definitely a crazy target. I will say that, but let's see. Let's see. You never know what this market could do. But I have to cover both these gaps though. That's one thing I do. Earlier I made that mistake and we took a loss for no reason. And we're still trash price action right here. Hold on, gotta make sure this entry is correct. So we're in US 30 and we're in US 30 and we're in NAS. Go break even at a 1-to-1. That way we can at least make our profits back for the day. All right, let's see if this is gonna make sense. We have nice liquidity down here, so hopefully the market really wants to come down for these lows. At least these lows right here, that at least get us close. Depending on how the market gets down here is gonna determine whether I just keep holding this trade or I just break even for the day. All right, so we'll see. If I see we're getting rejections over here, then yeah, we'll just break even. If not, if I see the selling pressure still continues, then we'll see. But there's no limitations to these markets, guys. There's no certain amount of pips that they have to move. These just let's move. The only thing I don't like about these is the fact that we're respecting structure, but still, higher time frame is just. I hate the market. I hate how the market just left this area, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. This would have been easy shorts. Easy shorts. I hate how we open and just collapse to the downside. As soon as market open, we just collapse. So unless you're trading on the 1 minute and you just, yeah, you just trade that 1 minute and you just shorted the hell out of this morning. You didn't care about no gaps or anything like that. Then yeah, you made good profit. I would have loved if we actually stayed near this manipulation right here. This was a nice manipulation at this gap. This would have been easy trades to take all the way to cover all of this. That's what I was expecting when I was looking at this yesterday, but didn't get that at all. But you see how ugly US 30 is today though, bro? Where did you get into shorts? You must have gotten to shorts right here as soon as we tapped into the imbalance somewhere up here, because New York open, we just went straight down. So unless you just sold it right here, you waited for this, sold it right here. Oh, you sold in the gap. It's pretty nice. Very nice. No, I know exactly where you sold it from. Today just might be a losing day too. You have to accept that reality. Definitely came back into that 15-minute. You can send it to me on Instagram or just share it in Discord. But I know what you took though. We didn't take out no liquidity today either. I mean, except for pre-market London highs. I mean, Asian highs. Now it's pretty much it. Be really surprised if we don't go down for this. That was a major sell-off. We're creating a 5-minute. A 5-minute with an inversion would be crazy. Right here. What is this? What happened yesterday? Someone please tell me, what was the news statement? What happened yesterday? What did Trump say? I need to know. I need to know. I mean, yeah, I see that we rejected off of a 1 hour gap, which I was targeting for yesterday, but that's not why we got this move like this. What's really the reason behind this? 420. Let's go search up these news statements and see what's going on. I know there's no news at what? 420. FOMC meeting minutes was at 2 o'clock. So it had to be some external sources. External sources meaning Trump. 15-minute rejection right here. So yeah, it was either taking ES shorts or NQ shorts. So I decided to take NQ shorts, covering this 15-minute as well. So we're covering this 15-minute gap here, just respecting it right now. At the moment, looking for a 1-to-1, 1-to-2, but I'll take a 1-to-1 if I need to, depending on how volatility is by the end of the day. We could go down here, could not go down here. Don't really matter as long as I get break even on the day. We'll come back tomorrow. The picture perfect setup that I usually look for is literally up here. Yesterday was another one too, like down here when we sweep Asian lows. As long as the market is near those sweeps, right? That's what I'm looking for today that we did not see is sweeps. We didn't see any really sweeps. Today we're just following momentum. We're following momentum based off gaps that are be created today. We don't have any, we didn't respect none of these gaps here except for this last one here, but so today we're just following momentum, US 30 is definitely gonna stay here for the rest of the day. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I already know how this market is. You already see tomorrow being a nice day, or are you talking about you're done? Hopefully tomorrow's nice day. Yesterday was a nice day. I won't lie, yesterday was a nice day, especially on US 30. I took some shorts yesterday on US 30. I gotta be a little bit more patient based on where we're at though. I've been taking aggressive entries on like NQ and ES, like all the way up since like all these moves. I've been taking aggressive entries, especially like these first moves. Well, not this move, but like since like down here all the way over here, I've been taking aggressive entries towards the upside. So I definitely gotta be a little bit more patient now based on where we just got to. That's one thing that I'm realizing. And we're at the end of the month as well. Top-down analysis on what? I'm bullish. Bro. I don't need a top-down analysis. I'm bullish. We swept these lows here. We invalidated this just Trump movement that gave us a downside. We're bullish. Today is just a pullback. The only pullback I see this going into is if we do continue lower. Let's say tomorrow we're coming into this daily gap, right? That is the next target. After that, we're gonna mitigate this and we're gonna continue higher. We've just bounced off a daily gap right here. So coming into today, I definitely wanted to see shorts, but like I said, I can't disrespect this bullish order flow, right? I want to see shorts, but where the market was at, we've already retraced 70%, right? So in order for me to see shorts here, I need to see majority of this price action here, especially the gaps invalidated. And then we're getting closer to the daily gap. So it would make sense for the market to tap down here into the daily gap, sweeping these lows, and then we go higher, right? If we're gonna take shorts today, where I wanted to take shorts was up here, right? I wanted to take shorts up here to target all of this price action. But you can see the market already came lower, and then the market open didn't even give a manipulation. We just went straight down. So unless you just sold market open, you know what I'm saying? It's like, some people do that as well, but that's not what I do, right? So unless you just sold market open, yeah, right? Market open just kind of just dumped down here, and just all the shorts I was looking for was already just. Are you in the Discord, brother? Message me, DM me in the Discord. You should see a link. There's a link in the description somewhere. You could just join the community. There's an invite link somewhere down there. It should be. If it's not, let me know. Come on, NQ, give us a bearish candle here. I need a god bearish candle. I need Trump to just pull out some tariffs again. Something. But yeah, bro, you should see the invite link. It's on one of my videos. I mean, it's on every video. I don't know if it's on this live, but it's on every video. You should see an invite link, and you can just join and then message me. Or you can just message me on Instagram as well. Either one, whichever works for you. My winning star is roaming another galaxy. What does that mean, bro? Explain that to me. What does that mean, bro? Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Indices has been crazy today. I mean, this week, crazy. Let me see how we've been doing on indices. Let me just recap the week so far. What's been going on? Let's see. Let's go here real quick. So, recap of this week. This week started on the 27th. So yeah, 27th Tuesday is when we started trading. All right, Tuesday. We won on Tuesday. Great. Yesterday, which was Wednesday, we took a L at first on US 30. Took an L on US 30. Then we hopped back in US 30. We won the second trade. And then today, so far, we took an L. We're back into this trade again on, I'm not even on here. Yeah, we're back into this trade again on NQ. And it's not looking too bright. And that might be my last trade of the day. Well, no, it will be. Not might be, it will be. I can't take more than 2 losses in a day. I have to get off the charts. So, depending on how this trade goes, we will document these. So today will be 2 L's if we do get that. If that does happen. But we're gonna do a quick prayer and we're gonna see this market go lower. Hopefully. I haven't had 2 L's in a day in a while. In a while. Usually if my first trade is an L, the second trade is usually a winning trade. But today it looks like that is not gonna be the case. We'll see. I don't like the momentum, but we'll see. We will see. And honestly, US 30, I deserve this L because I didn't cover the second gap up here. I literally should have seen that. When I drew this market open right here, I guess the text blinded. The text is blinding this whole gap. So I didn't even see that there was a gap up here, but I still would have been in this trade. Kind of just break even. I am still in the trade, but it's on one of my accounts. It's on my Henko accounts. But my prop from accounts got wiped out on that. Liquidated. You never know. Today might be my day. We might see. We will see. The day's not over just yet. We could make up for this loss and make profit today. Just like we did yesterday. So we'll see. If not, we'll probably just be break even for the week so far. And then tomorrow being Friday, let's hope tomorrow is a good day and we have a good week. The next account that I get, I definitely need to make sure that it's that's paper trading here. Let me find these. Let me find these here. Strategy tester, replay trend. Where's the I got this. Okay, the next account that I get, I need to make sure it's one of these. So I can just trade directly from TradingView. I think one of these futures firm has Ninja Trader or Tradeovate. I think one of them has it. I'm tired of using external platforms. Trying to calculate lot sizes and everything. It's too much. I mean, contract sizes. It's too much. Let me screenshot this real quick. What are you thinking about US 30, bro? Is side still here? I want to show you something, bro. Hold on. Yeah, we're probably gonna take 2 L's today, so we're probably gonna be done trading. Look at this, bro. Not on US 30. Not US 30. Hold on. Look at this. Picture perfect sell up here. And look where the market opens. Down here. Already retraced 50% of this whole move. Same thing here on NAS. Picture perfect sell during London session. Retraced. Market open here. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah, we might be cooked here. We're not creating any 5-minute impulsive gaps to the upside, but based on this price action, it just might be over. US 30 is dead for the day though. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna sit here for the rest of the day. I know how this market works. Either we're going to just continue higher and just sit above these highs, above New York Open, or we're just gonna sit beneath these lows. But we're not really gonna go too far on US 30, to be honest. The price action has been kind of dead today on US 30. But that's, oh yeah, this is probably gonna move all the way back to cover up all of these gaps over here. Yeah, so we'll just take our 2 L's today. I'll journal it. We'll see what happens. Unfortunate day, but we'll bounce back. We will bounce back. All right, now, so we're gonna hit the stop loss. Just hit the stop loss. Don't play around. Don't play around like that. Thoughts on GU buys? Where are you taking GU at, bro? I definitely think we can go higher. My demand zone was literally down here that I was looking for buys on GU. But today we got a nice impulse. Definitely we can go higher. Dollar is sinking. It should be sinking. But it's definitely going to. You're about to hear this in a second. This could be, yeah, it took me out. This could be either a good thing or a bad thing, and you're about to. But that's 2 hours on the day. I'm done trading for today, guys. Hold on. It still didn't hit yet, but it's like literally right there. Literally right there. It's like a tick away. Literally, I'd say like 1 tick away. It'd be crazy if we still stay in this trade. That'd be crazy.
Order filled.
Oh, there you go. Never mind. There it goes. Yeah, so I'm done trading for today. So the 2 L's that we took today was on NAS. This was a trade that we just took here on NAS. We're basically trying to take these gaps to the downside, trying to target this daily fair value gap, and then all these lows down here. That's pretty much it. That was basically the sell that we're looking for. Was looking for a sell earlier today too on US 30 that we ended up getting liquidated out of. Now I will say the stop loss was definitely supposed to be above this high, but the way that this market is looking, this is probably going to be a losing trade anyways. Hopefully for my bro that's in the chat that's still in this trade, I'm still in this trade on my Henko account, but my platform accounts got stopped out right here. So But that's it, guys. I'm done trading for the day. I don't even look, these markets today. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Today is a funny day. But what I will say here, I'm gonna sit here real quick and I'm gonna be journaling for a little bit for the meantime. If you guys have any questions while I am doing that or anything like that, please let me know. If you want me to look at some Forex pairs, crypto, whatever the case may be, please let me know. But I'm gonna journal these real quick so I don't have to do this later. And I also got a journal yesterday's trades too on here. Let's start off with this right here since it's already here. Since we are already here. And we have a 15-minute gap too. It's crazy. All right. And honestly, I'm just gonna delete all of this. I swear, if this market continues lower, phew. Yeah, today's gonna be a funny day. I'm gonna just say that right now. Today's gonna be a very, very funny day. I'm gonna look back at this later today, and if this market is down here, yeah, it's gonna be really, really hilarious to see. You just messaged me on Discord. Send me a friend request. Okay, I got you. GU, bro. I'm bullish on GU, but the case is, where are you gonna buy it, bro? That's the case. Where do you plan on buying this here? Honestly, the buys, if you're gonna take a buy today, the buys was just off of this candle right here. But to be honest, like I said, I could still see this coming down here. Depending on what DXY does, looks like DXY is very, very bearish today. And we still could continue potentially bearish. If that happens, then this market will just continue higher. Potentially, I do not see us coming down here if DXY continues this bearish pressure, right, as it is doing right now. So I would definitely look for continuation moves towards the upside. Definitely tomorrow. Wait for London session. Raid Asian lows, right? You're gonna look for a simple setup like this. If the market just sits here, great. Let the market range out. Look for a London session manipulation to the downside. Look for a move that breaks that high, that manipulated the lows. Take your entries, target these highs right here, right? It's easy liquidity above these highs. Overall, definitely looking for longs. It's just you have to wait for that setup to appear. So they're going to be down here underneath these lows, or you're going to have to take the continuation moves if we do not pull back. But as for right now, unless you got into an entry down here on the lower time frame on this candle off this impulsive move, you'd really just be chasing the market. And don't chase the market. Let the market be. All right, let me get back to this real quick and finish this journaling. NASA's gonna make me pull my hair out. Honestly, bro, because this is insane. It's 11, like 40 minutes left inside of my trading time. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna finish journaling. I'm finished journaling real quick. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, I'm really just gonna be chilling here journaling. After that, I'm gonna start back testing. Probably not live. Probably gonna go get some food, get some breakfast, but we'll see. Where was I? 30 minute. All right, so we have inversions here on the 30-minute. This market is gonna continue going lower. Yeah, it's one of those days. One of those days. One of those days. All right, we have 30-minute inversion. Inversion here. Another 30-minute inversion. A minute, 30-minute version, 5-minute gap. Execute the entry after the rejection of the gap. Right here. Stop loss covering this high. It's terrible. Looking for 1 or 2 down here. All right. Copy that link. This is the boring part of trading, guys. Not a lot of people do this, but you have to do this. Because now, let's say, if I keep seeing this reoccurring pattern, I know where to change, right? I know what to change. I can make adjustments. So, definitely journal, guys. Definitely journal. Definitely journal. And while we're here on NAS, I think, did I take the loss on NAS yesterday or US? I think it was US 30 that we took the loss on yesterday. US 30. Yeah, we didn't take NAS yesterday at all. It's definitely US 30. Look at this move. This is crazy. Why did this happen pre-market? Why couldn't we wait before this happened? It's an easy sell. Just gonna journal this one right here. We literally overlooked that gap. This is crazy. The main thing that I noticed today that is definitely missing from today is liquidity. We didn't take out, well, we already took out Asian highs, but that was so early on. And yeah, that's the main thing that I noticed. Today was just straight momentum. It wasn't literally liquidity based trading. And liquidity is very important. So that is something that I will add to the journal today. It was mainly momentum. And I want to see based on liquidity based trading or momentum based trading, because I've taken both type of entries. I take multiple type of entries when it comes to these. If it's a momentum type of day, like you see today was a terrible momentum type of day though. We've already created most of momentum pre-market. So we're just kind of getting the leftovers of today, unfortunately, but we tried, didn't work out, right? But I do have days where those momentum trades play out very, very well. I've had a lot of win streaks from those momentum trades, especially when we raid liquidity or near liquidity or whatever the case may be, right? But I do notice today, even though we did have momentum, liquidity just wasn't there today. Liquidity wasn't a big thing. We're mainly targeting gaps today, which I noticed. So I will put that there and keep that in the journal for today. That is something we definitely gotta keep in mind. We overlooked. This was literally a stupid mistake, but we didn't even get the 1-to-1 yet, so we wouldn't have been break even yet. Stop right here. I think the stop was above this high. Right there. Hey Brian, don't come in here. Brian, don't come in here and do that, bro. Trust me, I feel it, man. Trust me. Trust me, I know. I know it's crazy. I know. It's insane. That small mistake is the difference. Small mistake is the difference. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. US30 wasn't really that clean today, but that was it. Yesterday though, yesterday we did take this though. Yesterday, no, it definitely happens. It definitely happens. It definitely happens. You know what? When I think it was the Gen AI when he told me about it earlier, I was already in the trade. So it was like, it was nothing. I'm not going to close out the trade and try to re-enter, especially since the trade was like already in some drawdown. There's no point. Might as well just stick with it at that point and just take the full L. Where were we at? We are right here. I got cooked yesterday too, though, on US30. It's crazy. Yeah, this is insane. That's true. That is true. That is true. I took 2 L's today. I'm done trading for the day. Right now, I'm just journaling, bro. I am just journaling. Where's this sell that we took here? I know it was US30. I forgot which gap it was. That there it is. Off the 15-minute right here. Version. Yep, there goes the sell. All right. Well, close your eyes. Don't look at this. Just close your eyes. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Just act like you don't see this right now. Please. Please, 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 please. We got liquidated like hell yesterday. But we bounced back though. We bounced back off of this. Trust me, there is a reason for this. This is not a crazy trade. There's a reason. There's some background behind this. Trust me, trust me. Just wait. Once you start putting the pieces together, it looks a lot better. You guys can see what the mindset as going into this long here. It was simply just following the bullish momentum, right? Yesterday we swept Asian lows. The day before that we swept Asian lows, pushed higher. And then we pulled back, we tapped into this 1 hour gap during London session here. We already swept Asian session lows. Now, to be honest, I'll be honest with you, the better trade would have been trying to get somewhere inside of here to target these highs. But like I said, I was just following momentum. Market pushed heavy, heavy, heavy. At open, we just spiked towards the upside. So I got baited off of that impulse, and then we got liquidated here. But even then, like I said, the setup itself, right? This is a setup that I take a lot of wins off of this setup here. So either way, I would have taken this trade. Either way. We rated Asian lows, we tapped into a gap, we're getting a push, and then we tapped into another gap here before the open, and we're bouncing off of that, right? That's just momentum. So that's basically was the case, but liquidity went ahead and won that day. Let me break this down real quick and just journal this so we can move on to the next one. Yeah, so looking at it in hindsight, what I should have done is I should have respected the liquidity being here. I should have respected the liquidity being here, and I should have waited for an entry off of the gap, or for the market to show me a rejection off of the gap instead of trying to follow the momentum, right? That's basically that's the lesson for this loss here moving forward. But I'm not mad at the setup though, because I've taken this trade multiple times, so I'm not mad at it. All right. And then what we did instead is we took the shorts. So let's delete all that real quick. Well, I'm gonna keep some of this up here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that there. All right. So what we did, we took the inversion here. Boom. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Inside of this here, this is another nice setup that I like to take. You see the market invalidated that imbalance, and inside of that we created another imbalance. As soon as this low here got broken, I took my entry, covering boop, that high right there, and that was a trade that we took. Boop, there it is. So made up for it. But we definitely could have avoided this though. Most definitely could have avoided that loss. You're closing out now. What do you mean you're closing out now? Hey man, all right. I gotta get off the markets. Beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I gotta get off. Today's funny. Today's hilarious. That's all I'm gonna say. At least US 30 made it back to where it needs to make it to. I'm gonna delete all this old price action. These highs are still valid. These lows are taken out. My area already respected. I'm gonna just analyze this for tomorrow for the time being. Lows is already taken out. We have lows right here. These gaps are still valid. Let's see, boom. Have lows right here. We just tapped into a fair value on the daily time frame. Daily FVG. Ow. Yeah, daily FVG right there. Got liquidity here. We could definitely make it, but we'll see. That's the low for the daily. That is. So definitely tomorrow on US 30, depending on what we do here, if we can get a sweep of these lows, I'll definitely look for longs to come back and fill all of this. Nas. Why'd you have to do me like that, man? All right, so it's funny. We're probably definitely gonna come for these lows here. This is easy lows to come for on those. As much as I hate to say it, but most definitely easy lows to come to. Let me see something real quick. Makes sense. It's 30-minute inversion right here. Stop loss at. All right. Yeah, there's definitely a better entry here out of this. That'll be good for a journal. Add that to the journal. That's definitely a better entry. But mainly the problem that I see with today, guys, is we got the leftovers. Market is bearish, but we got the leftovers, right? The main dish was definitely up here. Like up here was definitely prime selling areas, but that's pre-market open, right? And the market open kind of screwed us today. We should have manipulated up and then came down, but we just went straight lower. Literally went straight lower. 1 minute gap filled right here. I don't take 1 minute gaps at the moment. There's 1 minute gaps everywhere. I'm only looking for 5 minute gaps, but it's good to see that though. 1 minute gap right here. Scalper's definitely got a nice trade. But yeah, liquidated twice today. Yeah. Yep. Looking at it in hindsight, I know you're probably thinking, why don't you just put your stops above this high right here? Yeah, I know. The main reason why I usually do the body candles is because if I do that, right, which is something I'll look into, I'll probably have to be subjective about it, which I don't want to be subjective about it. If this wick ended up being all the way up here, then my stop loss would have to be all the way up here. Right, and there's no gauging how big wicks can be, right? So generally I just go off the bodies, put my stop loss at the bodies, covering all of the gaps, right? As long as I'm covering the gaps, that's all that matters. But as far as the wicks go, that's the only reason why, is because sometimes wicks can be crazy, right? You can have crazy long wicks. So if I'm gonna do my stop loss at the top of wicks, then it always has to be at the top of wicks, which could get us some really like terrible just long stops. So that's kind of what I'm avoiding. As I back test, I'm gonna see this hasn't really been a huge issue for me, to be honest. Today has really been the only day that we kind of had this problem, but it hasn't been a major issue for me to change it. If I do see it becomes a major issue and I'm taking like, a lot of pointless losses because of that, then I'll change it, but I haven't, right? So we'll see. If it becomes a major issue in the future, we'll change it, but for the time being, we'll just accept that L. But I stopped trading at 12, so I'm not taking any more entries for today. We're just watching. I just want to see what's gonna happen for the rest of the day. ES probably would have definitely been better too. Already mitigate a 30-minute here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Right, just hit me up in the Discord. I do see that Jen did text me. I'm gonna respond to you very shortly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, trust me, I always have a reasoning behind my trades, right? There's always reasoning, but sometimes you can't control the charts. But yeah, you guys have any questions, anything like that, please let me know. Message me on Discord, message me on Instagram, wherever that, you know, is most convenient for you. And I will see you guys in the next call. I'll try to have a call tomorrow. I'll see. I will see. We'll try to have a call tomorrow morning, trade the last day, and make all the profits back tomorrow, depending on where this market's at. But I kind of already have an idea of where I want this to come to and where I want this to go. So I'm already planning for tomorrow, just to kind of see. Have a huge move towards the upside. So I mean, structure is definitely still bullish, but we're definitely coming for this gap here. We're definitely coming for these lows. We'll probably come down for these lows here and trade back into this area down here. We'll see if we get that major move. We'll see. But tomorrow, honestly, if we just come up here and we're just kind of stalling, I'll probably take some shorts tomorrow to take out these lows and to just come back into this price action that opened up this week, right? That's my first bearish idea. To go bullish, honestly, I would need to see a sweep of these lows and for us to kind of just run away from this area. I need us to run away because this is a daily fair value gap. So I need us to run away from it. And tomorrow, if we see like, you know, Asian lows liquidated, we see a push from New York Open. Oh yeah, I'm taking longs to fill up the rest of these gaps up here. So it definitely depends on what we do, if we come for these lows or not, right? So we will see. But I do have that idea already planned out. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna go weep the losses. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go eat. Enjoy the rest of my day. We'll come back and attack the charts tomorrow. Mark is gonna love us today. It's okay. All right, peace out, guys. Thank you for being